watch fans. Today we are talking about Diddy. That's right. We're talking about Diddy. We're talking about Archie Luxury and the grifters and groomers that are out there victimizing innocent watch collectors. So don't be one of these victims. So first thing you got to do is you got to make sure you click the like, subscribe, and upvote buttons here for YouTube, and then get our free email newsletter. So let's get into the topic of today's video. We have, the Bogan of Brisbane. That's aka Archie Luxury. He's doing one of his grift streams, the e-begging stream, and so there's a couple things here. So the Keslowitz, Keslowitz, that's the guy in LA who's been being groomed by Archie and Diddy. Keslowitz was well, I mean, Keslowitz actually works in Hollywood. I mean, no joke. I mean, again, we're not saying anything. Listen, a lot of this is satire, etc. We're having fun usually, but Keslowitz does work. I mean, he probably met Diddy. I mean, he definitely is in the Diddy. He was definitely within, I would say, 2 degrees of separation between Diddy and Keslowitz. That's right, 2 degrees of separation. And could be Keslowitz could be his type. He's Keslowitz is that Diddy. We think that Diddy groomed Justin Bieber, right? And also we know that O'Cuck likes that twink type, and that's kind of Keslowitz. I mean, hang on a second now. Let's take a look if anybody wants to hop on. Now, nobody wants. It's quite interesting. People are usually afraid to join the panel here because it's very controversial. Very controversial, and it's unbelievable but true. Unbelievable but true. Now, so I'm looking here, and the Archie Luxury. We're going to be talking about the Keslowitz, but first, he's got his grift stream going, and then Patek Philippe, that's his Indian master, hops on and asks him about the watch review that the Honest Watch channel review that we were doing yesterday, which basically explained that he's got shitter watches. His collection is absolute garbage. If you want to, this is a lot of homosexuality and grooming on the Archie channel. But here's the thing, guys. I've been telling you this. Look, if you hang around on the Archie Luxury channel, you're going to end up with shitter watches. I'm 100%. You're going to end up with garbage watches, and you're going to end up with really terrible. Hang on a second. This is the best part. So this channel, I mean, he's got this is. I mean, it's the most depressing channel I've ever seen. He's got a guy there talking about. I mean, this guy Mike. I don't understand. This guy Mike is the most depressing guy. But that's what Archie's a magnet for these losers. And I think he's a nice guy. He's just, I don't know. What can I tell you? Again, let's watch this.
Back to just being terribly out of taste.
Yeah. I mean, he's got.
Angelic Slayer does have a point here, guys.
Hang on. Yeah, we got the groomer.
On a personal call.
He's talking about his dog.
The family couldn't keep this dog, but they wanted to be sure this dog went somewhere great because it was their son's dog. And so they paid me off, to train this dog, and then
Archie's very excited. Now this guy. This is what's his name? Mike is gonna start talking about his dog being incontinent. All his dogs are like 18 years old. I mean, these dogs are ancient, and they're all pissing and shitting all over, the trailer park where he lives. So he's getting basically evicted. I mean, no kidding. So watch this.
I worked with the new family, and he's doing well, but this allows them to sleep at night. So sometimes it's just impossible.
I don't trust people.
In this case, it's 2. And I'm sure that's sad for the people, but I can tell you from having.
You know what it is? I mean, actually, I like dogs. I mean, I love dogs. I like animals. I'm very suspicious of people who are really into dogs. There's something very creepy about, especially people who are like, that's their job, like they're dog trainers or like, they're dog walkers or, they do a lot of stuff. It's weird. Usually they're like, they hate people. There's something weird going on. There's a lot of weird stuff.
Having trained a lot of dogs like this, dogs are very, especially if they're younger, they're under, they're not middle-aged, they're young. They do fine when they find the right family. They do just fine. They never forget.
How many choice picks you?
Cock.
And by the way, producer Mark, what happened with you and fucking Lux?
I'm trying to get to the part where he talks about his dog pissing and shitting everywhere. I mean, this is the.
Oh, Philippe, $5. Who put the Panerai in Knox Ferrari this fine morning? Which version is a chav? Chav.
I see.
This is taking a lot of time. I can't get this.
Flip, big boy.
You wore 3 watches today. 1, 2, 3. No, really great. High powered. I feel like.
Oh, this is one of his. This is one of.
When you're talking to somebody,
suckers.
And that's
got.
very
This is one of Archie's sugar mamas that sends him $100 because he calls her up and says, "Oh, I can't pay the rent this month." I mean, all these grifters, they all have these sugar mamas, like these old ladies. So Archie's got one. The grifter of Venice, Oisin, Watch Nicholas. Now let's get to the part. Did he do it? We don't know. We don't know. Let's not make any. We don't know anything. He's actually I think he's like a respected dog trainer, apparently. Hang on a second. Let's get to this part. I want to get to the part where he talks about his dog pissing and shitting everywhere. Oh, this is great. Okay. Oh, so this is the part where Archie. It is more. Okay, so hang on a second. We're gonna get to the part where Archie reads a super chat from Patek Philippe. That's his Indian master. Patel is grooming Archie to work at a 7-Eleven for free.
I might be dead.
You joking?
No, well, I'll be 79 in 13 years.
That's not old,
isn't it? I hope not. My dad.
I hope to live to 80 or 85.
Me too. My dad's. My mom's 87. They're both kicking.
Yeah, my dad's almost 90 now.
Super chat.
Patel Philippe, $5. AC3, your good friend. WR has reviewed your latest filled Louis Vuitton box. So shit. Oh, watch reporter, and described it as uncouth, unwanted, entry level. Yeah, but he's a total cunt. That guy's a total cunt. I don't even let him on my stream. What garbage has he got? Girl size watches.
Yeah.
Fucking cast offs. Nothing really.
No, it's all high end stuff. Patek, Audemars Piguet.
Really good in his collection.
Yeah, I only buy watches that increase in value, but all stuff that's not non-mainstream. I buy early in the trend. This is why my watches increase in value, and Archie ends up with a box of shitters. I mean, look, the 3940, the Owl, the Ellipses.
The guy drives around.
Remember, gentlemen, I was talking about the Patek Ellipse. How many years ago? 3-4 years ago, on this YouTube channel. I mean, when did this channel start? 3 years ago, technically. We weren't doing that many videos, but yeah. I mean, who was talking about Ellipse? Nobody.
In a 20-year-old Bentley and thinks he's a baller.
Well, first of all, it's not 20; it's 18 years old. But it drives in perfect condition. And here's the thing: the 18-year-old Bentley can drive 200 miles an hour. Can Archie's BMW 3 Series drive 200 miles an hour? And how much does Archie spend on maintaining the oil leaks and all the shit that comes with a BMW? Thousands a year. My biggest expense is tires. I got to change tires every 6,000 miles. Oh, and also, I do also have a modern car usually. I had a Porsche Cayenne Turbo, the Porsche Cayenne Turbo for about I got rid of it in March. Now I have the Mercedes S550 Cabriolet. Now, granted, I buy these cars used. I buy them used. I don't like depreciation. I'm not a sucker like Archie, buying shitter cars and financing new cars.
Yeah, you can't be a baller if you got a 20 years. Like you know what I mean. Archie, can you?
Yeah. Sorry, Mark. No. See, here's the difference. The difference is actually Archie's a brokester, so Archie doesn't know anything. Mark actually is a successful guy. I mean, Mark actually makes a lot of money, with his dog bullshit.
Can I what?
If you turn up in a 20-year-old Bentley, does that make you a baller?
I mean, if it's a classic car, or is it just neo vintage?
Neo vintage.
I see. Well, I don't know. We all know that Bentley drops like a rock. A 300,000.
Well, I mean, that's why you got to buy used, dummy. You got to buy it, for 35 grand. Under 50 grand is how much you should be spending.
$1,000 Bentley can be like 30, 40, 50 grand 15 years later.
That's right. You got
most cars don't last.
You got to buy it.
Are they 15 years?
Yeah, but people garage Bentleys. They don't leave them outside like I do.
Exactly.
Does that make it last longer?
Mike, if you take the Bentley out for a spin every weekend and you garage it, can you make it last 20 years?
Sure.
Sure. Look at Mike's Porsche.
See, Mike is a car Mike, this Mike the Snake actually knows about cars. I mean, he's a very knowledgeable guy. I mean, he's very depressing to listen to, but yeah, he listen to what he says. See, you don't want to, again, what happens is if you listen to this fat slob in his dirty t-shirt, with his horns growing out of his head, balding, you're going to end up with shitter watches. I mean, you're going to end up, with cars that, drop like a rock, depreciate. Now, that's why you got to stay away from Archie. You got to listen to the smart people like this channel and Mike
This is old, but these things last if you take care of them.
There you go.
Absolutely. The things that really help are like a controlled environment.
Now, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What would you rather drive? Would you rather drive a Bentley that can do 200 miles an hour, or would you rather drive a basic bitch 3 Series BMW with not even the good interior? I think he's got like some sort of the entry level, the vinyl seats, nasty vinyl.
Like a heated garage or a garage that doesn't change the temperature much, because the heating hot to cold like ages everything ultra quickly, the same as sun beating down on anything ages.
Oh, that's actually a very interesting point about
really quickly.
Super chat. Here, I'll bring it up.
Here we got one from Patek Philippe, $2. So you don't feel Watch Reporter is superior? Watch Reporter is 3940.
Of course, it's superior.
Is superior to your 5130. You know what? 3940 is an amazing watch. It's just too small for me.
No, Archie, you're just too fat.
Like, I'll be honest with you, Mark. Your gold sub, that is perfect. That's fucking perfect watch.
It does look really good on you, Mark. It looks really good.
Yeah, I do like it. I must say. I don't think I could carry off I mean, I have a deep sea, but when I wear it, it's like this. So I don't think I could handle it in gold.
Yeah. So I didn't mind it because I got poofy wrists, so it just sank into my wrist.
Nestled right on in there.
Yeah.
All right, let's skip to the grooming part here. So this is the highlight. So we got the Keslowitz. I got to get to this part. This is the best part. So Keslowitz, hang on a second. Where is this guy? This is the guy. Oh, this is the guy that's getting groomed by Diddy. Where's Keslowitz? Where's our?
You can look at hands and feet. Just see if those
Ray. Remember he would feel the wrist?
Well, do you remember? Do you remember the Seinfeld? She has man hands, and he just couldn't get over his girlfriend. She had man hands. So some of those ladies, but anyway, that's the problem.
When was the last time you went?
So, good question.
What, talking about gay bathhouses in Chicago?
And my significant other, we're gonna have our 7th anniversary this year. Oh shit! I got to order the anniversary.
He's living with a guy. He's no. I mean, no. By the way, I'm not making a joke. This is. Oh shit! What happened here?
Congratulations, fella.
We're talking about grooming, and I got to the good part, and now we
Even
lost.
Fella will tell you the 5320. But never to Thailand. Let me ask you this, because you mentioned this last time you spoke about it. Because I was planning on just doing an Airbnb, but you said no, do the hotel, the Ramada.
Hold the fort 1 second, guys.
Oh, we got money flying. Here we go. Is there an IT person in the crowd? Yes, that's what we need. That is exactly what we need.
I'm back. So wait, no, I would not get an Airbnb. I would get a hotel. That's what I would do in Bangkok. That's just me.
Bangkok.
But,
I mean, this channel.
Some of the condos are really nice. Like you can get a fucking luxury condo.
Lady boys that go, cruising for lady boys in Bangkok, and so Mark is grooming, the dog trainer is grooming Keslowitz on Bangkok lady boys.
Condo, like high rise, infinity pool,
Yeah.
the whole nine yards, like $1,500 a month.
But if you're living there, you can cut that down by like 40%. If it's longer term. No, I would get a hotel in case you decide you want to change a venue. Because that'll happen over there. You'll go to Bangkok and then you'll hear about Pattaya and you're like, fuck this, I want to go for like 4 days to Pattaya. Or now I want to go for 3 days to Krabi or one of the other islands or Koh Phangan or
for the lady boys wherever they are.
you want to go to Phuket. So I would get a hotel. Also, if you meet a woman and it goes bad and you've had her to your hotel, chances are you're going to have to change hotels. Yeah. So on your first trip, you definitively do not want to book your entire stay. You just book maybe your first week, but retain the flexibility. That's all. Oh, and here comes Archibald.
Yes.
Here we go. We see.
He's back.
Hey, this is for Nelson Olivier. It's the Christmas tree. Look at this. Sorry,
Let's get to this part where Keslowitz.
She likes the sting toys.
Oh, what the fuck?
I see.
Nonsense.
You get him on that Australia makeover show.
Look at
They
this.
throw you out of your house and they just remake it.
Garbage.
I think he means on your chair.
Yeah.
How can I get rid of it?
Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. So that's the wrong watch in the wrong metal. Again, the basic sex tourist watch You want that watch if you're going to get it, yellow or rose gold, maybe if you're going to get that watch.
5320.
But the problem with, again, if you're going to use it as a sex tourist watch in Bangkok, the watch is not really waterproof. I mean, you can't take it to one of these gay bathhouses that Archie and Mark go to or whatever. That's why you need either a GMT or a JLC, something like that. This is kind of, this is very bad.
Destroys that.
Can you imagine how bad that strap smells? That all the stink from Archie, all the fucking fluids, all disgusting, all seeping into that leather strap.
Very nice piece. I can't.
No, the 5320 is a gorgeous piece. I just love my world time. I just don't want to sell it. You know what I mean?
I think you should go in and put them right next to each other and really marinate and think about it for a second.
Wait, let's get to the part where Keslowitz.
Panerai Ferrari, $5. House to a bonus chair.
Ulysse
Thank you.
Nardin.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because that's what I want to show
No,
you.
you're right.
Either, but I don't know. And actually,
Where's the
homage
Ulysse
to
Nardin?
the Speedman Ona
Fella.
Oh, fella, of course.
No, that's the old bracelet. I think
on the fourth.
Yeah, oh, that's the strap I gave you.
yeah, the moleskin.
Oh my God! Look at this fucking garbage. No, sir, look at this box of shitters. I mean, speaking of box of shitters, oof.
He loves that moleskin strap.
Where is this thing with the?
A few weeks.
Nice.
So the last time was 7 years ago. That's how that happened. But I don't know. I think I went a total of like 5 times, and I would 100% go back. It's just a wonderful time.
Yeah, I'm overdue. I've been to a few Asian countries, but never to Thailand. Let me ask you this, because you mentioned this last time you spoke about it. Because I was planning on just doing an Airbnb, but you said not. Actually, but one thing interesting, they used to make watches. I think they still have a couple that are around like $10,000 to $14,000. They're like entry level. But he was telling me how in the past they had so many watches, and there were so many of the Joma Shop deals that they were one of the first companies to start buying back their stock and just straight up destroying it. Like they would take the precious metals. These are a bargain secondhand. I mean, you'd have to be a fool to buy this retail. But first impressions. Burning building, which one are you grabbing? You can pick.
Okay, so this is interesting. So of course, Keslowitz is being groomed by Archie. So now he's looking at these shitter Breguets. Hey, Paul. So So what happens is when you hang around Archie, you end up with shitter watches. He's probably going to get the white porcelain dollar. But let's watch what happens here. Watch what happens with this guy's collection. I mean, now he's going to get a Ulysse Nardin freak. That's a Diddy freak off party watch. The Ulysse Nardin freak off. I mean, I don't know, a freak watch, Diddy freak off. I don't know that branding wise. I'm not a fan of that. I don't think it's going to do well. I mean, they drop like a stone, those watches. I mean, this guy's worried about a Bentley. I mean,
One quick.
I like all of them. They're all beautiful.
Whoa,
The
how could you?
Horror is cool. What do you think? The Platinum Horror-Mundi.
I think that's my favorite by far. I mean, it's just a fucking
garbage.
It's a heavy hitter, and the complication itself when you handle it, I think it's better than the Patek World Time. I hate to tell you, I hate to admit that, but
I mean, look at that. It's got a giant bolt on the side. I mean, this guy's.
I think it's a better functioning piece.
Well, you know what? Could you explain again? You did yesterday. The pusher shoots you between 2 cities.
Yeah, I sent Paul a video of that. So
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah, unfortunately, see, the World Time, you could display 24 cities at one spot. You know what I
That
mean?
is true.
that makes it more complicated to read, though.
You can't read a world. You can't read a world.
I agree. It's just so damn busy,
Cannot read a
And
world.
in addition to that, this has a date where the Patek, I know the new one has the date, but for the longest time, all the Patek World Times were without date. If you see it at 12 o'clock.
Well, it's got the
it has
moon
that
phase.
little-
Where's the date, Keslow? Where's the date?
It's at right under the 12 o'clock. Paul, pull up the video I
Oh.
sent you yesterday.
Oh,
This is a
oh.
function. So basically, it has a memory function where you could set 2 cities.
Oh, yeah,
and you
there's
can
a-
press that button on the left
Hey,
at
boo.
the 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
And then in that lower screen at 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah, and then it flashes between both cities. But
Nice.
and then obviously you can set the city to wherever you want it to be.
I gotta tell
And
you,
it's so
I
heavy.
wanna
It's fucking
find
heavy.
interesting-
Well, it's platinum, right?
It's 43 mil too. It's a little big on me.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. No, this is. I think this guy goes to the airport bathrooms in Minneapolis. And what's the move you were supposed to do? I don't know. The senator. Remember that move with the senator? I think he put his foot under the door or the hand under the door of the bathroom stall. I don't know. There's some sort of secret code that means, hey, let's party. There's a code, but I'm not sure. Is it the hand or the foot? There's some sort of code.
I mean, compare that for
The dog trainer would know. Keslowitz would know.
similar money, retail, similar-ish to that Rolex Platinum. What is it, the 1908?
Sure.
This is a lot more watch for that 40 grand.
I mean, the
Oh,
talking
huge.
shitters.
But I mean, you got to compare that to their retail. I mean, they're asking over 100 at the boutique for this. You know,
Who pays that money and then walks out there and loses
okay.
$65,000 selling it?
I know whenever I see secondhand Breguet and they show the warranty card that says like, you know, Fifth Avenue Breguet, New York, it's like, oh, this guy got fucked.
He got
Oh,
sucked in. He got sucked in.
green,
See what I
fisted,
mean?
double fisted.
Yeah, Mark knows about that. Double fisting. Yeah,
It's
that's
only a
Okay.
short video about that there. I'm downloading it now.
We have some angry
worry.
super chats that we need to
Oh,
deal
that's a
with.
great.
That's
That's a good
the thing.
video, actually, Keslow.
Super chat.
Super chat. Ken Fresno, $5. Hey, Fiquit, if I want to be spoken down to as an American, I'll go to listen to O'Sheen's horseshit or join Tim Wright's. Look, what I meant is, I just wish some of the right wing would embrace the swordsman sports. Look, you occasionally have a fun, you go to a brothel, you go for a hand job. Is that really wrong?
The Republicans do it in train stations.
Dirty Danny left me because he thought, oh, his morals are bad. You know what? I just want to have a bit of fun. Okay, is that wrong?
I mean, what are the morals like of a person who stays in the comment section of an immoral channel? I wonder about that. Okay, super chat. Super chat.
I'm just going to show you the watch. Look at this here. Look.
So look, Mark, the hours and minutes change, the date changes, the moon
Oh,
phase
geez.
changes,
Oh,
and the city. So it's going between Los Angeles and Tokyo in this.
Well, can you play it again?
oh, so this guy lives. Oh,
Sure,
so,
we
so
can
of
play
course.
that for you.
So the thing is, this guy, so he's one. It's the LA thing. A lot of these guys in LA, you can't tell are they straight, they're gay, they got that whole LA thing. They come across gay, but they're straight. Now I think Keslowitz is actually married. I mean, he's married to a man, but no, and I think he's actually married to a biological woman. But there's this very gay vibe, and which whatever. But I mean, like now. but I think he's actually going to embrace. I think he may have to come out of the closet. I think he's deeply closeted, this guy, and I think he's going to get groomed by the dog trainer and OC, and he's going to get spit roasted. Now, again, who would buy this garbage? The Breguet, what do they call it? The Horo Mundi? What a disaster!
That's fucking nuts.
And it's so smooth when you
What a
press it.
movement! What a move! That's insane.
Yeah.
Is there an AM/PM
Instantaneous.
indicator? Is there an AM/PM indicator on that?
Well, that sun, it does a sun moon. You
Oh
know?
yeah.
Again, the problem with this is, this is a watch made in 2024. It has to have a more clean, modern look. This is it's a very hot mess. Again, the thing with Breguet, if you're gonna go Breguet, you can't buy anything past really, the 1990s, the Daniel Roth era, because then it becomes just Omega.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay, yeah,
Got
great.
a super chat. K-Lid, Statane, $2. Dress watches are back in style.
Yes, sir.
Well, that would be nice. Except for I don't like them. But that's an amazing movement. You really have to admire the watchmaking that goes into making that.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, I actually agree. The watchmaking, listen, it's okay. Breguet is very good. The mechanism is good. The problem is the design. It's just very fussy, like, I don't know. What is it? What is it?
And one thing you don't really pick up on camera is the globe itself is domed. So the sapphire is flat, but then if you look at an angle at the dial, that blue portion is actually a sphere. So it's like a 3D
Wow,
bubble
amazing.
popping out. It's really cool.
That's impressive.
I'm surprised no one really. I mean, I know no one talks about this, because if you're going to spend 40 grand, everyone's going to get a fucking Oyster Flex Daytona or a
They
fucking
did.
Save it. Yeah, I mean that's what everyone goes for. But this is a lot of watch. Kind of a hidden gem,
I mean, this is for 15 grand, maybe, okay.
if you will. I didn't even really know about this.
This is for the horologically.
I didn't know about it. The guy doesn't know about anything. The guy only knows about the basic bitch Rolex and Patek. I mean, basic. What the fuck? And he goes to the Archie channel. This is where he gets his education. That's why he ends up with garbage. I mean, there's about 25 watches, world time, dual time watches that are far superior to this.
Inclined. Not for the the snob. It's snob appeal as well. I guess you have to be a snob, a connoisseur of snobs, even though that this is snobby. I'm not at that
Problem
level.
is the design.
Keslow, let me ask you this. Why do you want another watch? I think you got the most beautiful perpetual calendar.
I want to get out of Rolex. I want to get out of the Rolex. I want to make a
How
trade.
many Rolex you got? Why
I
do you
got
want
the
to get out
Batman
of
and the
Rolex?
Explorer. I want to shake it up.
Again, look, of course. The Batman and the Explorer, those two peasant watches. I mean, this guy, so his collection is basically peasant watches. He's got he had like 4 Rolexes. I mean, it was like, the usual garbage, the Submariners, all the bullshit. And then he ends up with a shitter perpetual, which is the one with the syringe hands. It looks like a heroin, like a heroin addict's watch with the windows and too big. It's like, and by the way, what's interesting is I told him not to buy that watch. We did a live. I said, you're making a bad move. You should stick with the classics, like a 3940 or 5140. And those watches went up. Now, the one that he bought, the syringe hands, the heroin addict watch, that one has been dropping like a stone. It's dropping and dropping because nobody wants that garbage. I mean, it looks like a heroin, heroin needles with AIDS on them. AP 39 millimeter. Who's that? That's no minus 36 millimeter. Minus 36 millimeter two-tone 36 millimeter Royal Oak. Triple date. You have one? I don't know which one. Send a picture. Send a picture. Oh, hang on a second. What did you trade? Why is Watch Nicholas afraid to come on the show? Are you basically because did OC groom you? Did OC groom you into that this channel is to be shunned, and what's the other word that he used? Shunned and what did he say? This guy's like a 12-year-old girl. This Okak guy. He says, "Oh, this channel should be shunned and what's the other one? What's the other one? Boycotted, whatever." Oh, I got a question for you. How much? Actually, I have a guy who's looking for that watch. Ironically, and I told him it's a piece of shit watch. I mean, no offense, but if I were to get that watch, I'd want it in rose gold because it's got more of that contrast, the rose gold. Now I know it's probably you're like more into low key whatever but I know a guy who's looking for that watch. How much? I'm curious. How much did you pay? Because what is it? It's like a low 20s or something. How much are you into it for? The owl. That is what I have. The owl. The Royal Oak owl. Hang on a second. Let me see if I have a video here. And do we have a video? Let me see if I find it. Let me see if I have a picture of the owl. Where is the owl? Where is the owl? The owl. Oh, here we go. I'll pull it up right here.
Gives you 24-hour antibacterial protection, so you can help.
Hey, watch fans, we are back with the.
That's the watch. It's 36 millimeter. It wears like a 37 basically. It wears like a 37. And what's good about it is you get I think this is shot in broad daylight, very, very, very bright daylight, I should say. But the watch looks best when it's like kind of like indoors or darker, a little bit darker, because it has a lot of really good what do you call it? Yeah, it's got beautiful colors. You can't really see it. It's too bright. This type of watch, basically, it looks best indoors. There you go. Unbelievable, but true. That's the watch. So this watch, basically, yeah, why is that? I don't know. We don't know why. Why does Archie? Everybody hates this channel, actually. Oh, the curly, Uncle Chomo. Uncle Chomo. Yeah, the whole the Archieverse basically is they all ganged up on this channel. They were all boycotting this channel because I don't know. Because look, what it is you got OC. He's grooming these guys. It's a giant circle jerk. I mean, you got to look at the Archieverse as a giant like circle jerk of guys sitting around jerking each other off. You got Curly, Uncle Chomo, Okuk, Archie, Patek Philippe. Who else is in that circle jerk? JJ Bukiak. You got the Bukiak JJ, who then backstabbed Archie. I mean, all these guys, it's funny, like all these guys, they start with Archie and then they stab Archie. And they put the knife in. Like, I mean, that Bukiak, you got to give credit to that Bukiak JJ is that, I mean, that guy is so dull and boring. And his thing, you watch that, it's a bunch of old busted down guys. It's a bunch of 60, 70-year-old guys, all fat, overweight, sitting around. And, hey, what do you wear? Oh, Omega. Oh, hey, tell us. Oh, let's do an unboxing of a Tissot. Hey, they all collect the Disney memorabilia. They all wear Skechers and, old man New Balance. And, it's a lot of grooming going on. It's a weird channel. And I can't imagine. This guy does that show. People tune in. I don't know. Do they watch the thing to go to sleep? Like, what is that? I'll tell you what, speaking of G-Shocks, I think the Docs Report is more entertaining than JJ Channel. And I don't even see this guy. I think the Docs Report is more, I mean, like, I can watch it for 2 minutes, but at least it's interesting. He has some interesting viewpoint. With his Bukiak JJ, he does this grifter horse race. I mean, this guy is like, again, he's like a typical carny. You know what a carny is? It's these grifters who work at carnivals. They rip off little kids. That's right. You ever go to a carnival, amusement park when you're a little kid and you play those games and they're all rigged, where you have those water guns and you spray into the clown's mouth, to make the balloon blow up, but it doesn't, or you throw the thing or the whack-a-mole. They're all rigged, okay? The people who operate those are carnies. That's JJ. He's like a third-generation carny. I mean, that guy, because he's actually, well, by the way, I'm not kidding. I mean, he's actually from Coney Island, right? It's in the DNA. It's in that carny DNA. And so he does, at the end of every show, he does a rigged horse race. So for every super chat, for every time you give a super chat, you get like one of these horses. I don't know what it is. I've actually never seen that. I like see what he talks about. I was like, what the fuck is this? The horse race, a fake rigged horse race. So he does a fake rigged horse race to get, again, it's just like, he did at the carnival, ripping off little kids. Now he's ripping off, boomers. He went from ripping off little children to ripping off boomers with his rigged carnival. He should be investigated by the FTC, by Letitia James, the Attorney General of New York, for that rigged horse race that he does. I mean, it's what is he also doing? What is like a bookie or something? He's doing fucking illegal sports betting. It was actually the horse race idea. That's what it is. It's a bunch of guys on those what do you call it, the machines to breathe in because they can't breathe or some bullshit at night. Whatever. It's a bunch of old busted down valises on this channel. I mean, I should be on that channel selling these guys insurance. I mean, that channel is basically a prime market to sell these guys some sort of mouth breathers. A lot of mouth breathers. Pedo vibes. I mean, it could be legitimate. By the way, watch Nicholas. Do you think that JJ Bukiak is grooming that Pillsbury Doughboy for Uncle Chomo? Is he grooming the Pillsbury Doughboy? Because the Pillsbury Doughboy with the Taliban beard, he's in Chicago now. He's in Chicago, and that's where and that's where Curly is. And I think Curly wants him to. I think he wants him to come down to the the House of Sausage. He wants to show him some of the. He wants to give him hey, I got some Italian sausage here, right over here. It's right over here. He's gonna get smashed, spit roasted. By who? Who's gonna spit roast the Pillsbury Doughboy? You got is it gonna be Uncle Chomo and the dog trainer? The dog trainer. I think the dog trainer is a top. I mean, he told us that he's a top, right? Now, what is Uncle Chomo? Is Uncle Chomo what do you call it? A zesty bottom? What is he? What is Uncle Chomo? What is his Is he a power bottom? What is he? Is he a walrus, a Donald Duck, a bear, twink? What is his category? This is what we need to know. Unbelievable but true. Unbelievable but true. See, now, why doesn't Archie have a watch like this? I mean, this to me is okay. Like, it's an interesting watch. Well, I mean, the proof is not because I'm saying it. The proof is the market. The market is validating it because, I paid, what did I pay? $6,000? No, I paid $7,000. I paid 7,000. And I think at the high went to 30,000. High 20s. Let's just say a high 20s. High 20s. I think it's around it dropped. It's probably 20 grand now. The one I have it's got some scratches. Mine is probably would be at the bottom of that range. Would be like a 20 grand watch. But here's what you get. You're getting a complication, date, moon phase. I mean, you got to have a moon phase, and you got a JLC movement, which I find is the plus because, JLC, that's the watchmaker's watchmaker, Jaeger LeCoultre. I mean, they make movements for Patek Philippe, for Audemars Piguet, for everybody. And their movement is much more robust than AP. I'd much rather have so basically what this watch is you have a combination of really the real holy trinity, which is AP and JLC combined. And you got the beautiful yellow gold. Nobody does, the gold like AP. I hate AP, but they do rose gold beautifully, everything. So, I mean, to me, this is an interesting watch. I don't see everybody wearing this. I mean, the thing is, Archie buys watches that everybody else has. He buys, because he needs to feel validated and, he wants to, groom other, young, impressionable, victims. I'm interested in things that are, what's going to be the next big thing. Yeah, I'm into classical. I'm into stuff that's kind of classic or maybe a little bit funky. But I mean, my philosophy of watches is I want stuff that is out of production, meaning stuff that's been around maybe let's call it 10, probably 20 years plus. It's got to be like 10, 20 years plus because I want to buy something where that I believe that trend is going to make a comeback. So, when I bought this, my thesis was that two-tone watches were going to make a comeback, and also that Gerald Genta design. Now, I got into it late, a little bit late. It was like 2017-ish, 2017. So I was a little bit late but I was completely out of the watch game for I don't know, 15 years or something. So I didn't wear anything up until so. Otherwise, I would have bought it. But yeah, AP triple date. What is a triple date? What's the model? I don't know what that is. Triple date. Okay, so here's the problem with the strap. The problem with the AP strap, the Royal Oak strap, is that it flares out. And I looked at it because I looked at a couple of, dual times, whatever, and they don't wear right. Even at 37 or 36, they don't wear right. The straps is kind of a mistake. I think for Royal Oak, the problem with the Royal Oak and the Nautilus. It was designed to be an integrated bracelet watch, so you really have to have the bracelet. I mean, that's the whole design. I mean, that really is the whole premise of the watch. Is so for Royal Oak, you really have to do it. I mean, I looked at it, whatever, but I gotta have the integrated bracelet. I mean, for Royal Oak, you got to do integrated bracelet. Otherwise, you're gonna make a mistake. I mean, it's just not gonna work. 2580 ST, 25808 ST. Let me look it up. 25808 ST. I know what you're talking about. 25. Hang on a second. Wait, it's not the offshore. It's I know which one you're talking about. It's not the offshore. Hang on a second. It's kind of like this. This is the watch you're talking about, I think, right? But they actually make one which is a regular Royal Oak. So the problem I have with the watch, I'll tell you what I like about the watch. I really like having that calendar thing go around the dial. You know, where the date, the arrow goes around. I actually like that. I think that's very cool. I don't like the windows. I'm not a fan of these windows. I'm not a fan of this window action. I know they make another one which has this calendar. It's a hang on a second. Royal Oak calendar. It's a calendar watch, which is it's really cool. They made them in the. There we go. I think this is the one here. Yeah, this is the one right here. It's kind of like this. I think this is actually an interesting watch. Actually, no, not this one. It's kind of like it. It's where is it? It's yeah, I think this is it basically. I mean, this is an ugly dial. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one. So what I like about it is that you got the calendar, the date thing going around so you can actually see the time moving, and then you have the month. That's all you need. I mean, I think it's pretty cool. I just the dial is a little bit, you got to find the right one. So they got different variations. They got a blue one. You know who's got one? That guy who's in Hong Kong, that the guy with a French accent. I think he's Belgian, actually. He's in Hong Kong, and he has one of these. I think it's a very interesting watch. You know, the only thing that I don't like the tapisserie here. It's a dull tapisserie. It's kind of the one that it's too early. You know what the problem with AP is? They only started doing good tapisseries around 2005. Only around, and then they became brighter. Like if you look here, this is a 2005 watch. I think it's a 2005. Hang on, where is it? Okay, so you see this? This is a 2005 watch, and it's a bright, the tapisserie is brighter. It's a silvery, it's like night and day. The tapisserie here is night and day. And by the way, the tapisserie on my watch, see this? This is the old tapisserie. This is, this is not a good tapisserie. This is kind of like the original Royal Oak tapisserie design. This is what they were doing from the 70s into the 90s. And the problem is, it's, I only like it when you have two-tone because then it brightens it. Otherwise, it looks too dull. It looks too industrial. But what happened, and that's why, by the way, that's why Royal Oak was never popular. Royal Oak was always a dog up until they switched to this brighter tapisserie around 2004, 2005. And they did it. It's not just in the white dolls. They did it in other dolls. Hang on a second. Let me see if I find it here. I mean, this is a newer watch, but yeah, you see how much brighter the tapisserie is, and that's why people start buying them. By the way, this guy, we got to remove this guy's name. He can't call himself a baron if he's not a paid baron. This guy has not been a paid. This guy has not paid his membership in like 9 months, so he's basically peasant Meckles. Yeah. No, I mean, it's a cool watch. I mean, I think that that triple calendar is a real piece of. It's a legitimate watch, like meaning. This one is a little bit funky. I don't know what's going on here, but I mean, if you have something like this, you're not going to see anybody else wearing this. It looks a lot better in person. Look at that. It's crisp and clean. There you go. Let me see. Dual time. Let me pull up dual time. Yeah, see, you got the brighter tapisserie. By the way, I have one of these for sale in gold. That's right. Unbelievable but true. Unbelievable but true. Hang on a second. I'm gonna pull it up. I will pull up the one. It's not on Chrono, but I have one like this. For any of the punters interested. Any punter is interested. I don't know if we get, we do have some people who buy decent watches on here. So we got basically the one I have available for purchase it looks like this. Actually, no, it's a better dial. This one is kind of a white. No, the one I have is a silvery white dial. But this is the basic idea. Yeah, kind of the same price. I mean, it's going to be like 36. It's not going to be a cheaper price. 36 grand, probably in better condition. Yeah, a little bit better condition than the one I have. Although this guy is giving you a box papers, which is a plus. It is a plus. But hey, it is what it is. So there's only 2 guys who have this price. It would be me and him. But this is, I think this watch is incredible value for 36 grand. A solid yellow gold dual time watch with a calendar. That's right. You got 2 time zones and you got a calendar. And it's solid yellow gold. How do you go wrong? You can't. I mean, you can't go wrong. Let me see. We're going to get some super chats on here. Nick, why am I not getting any super chats from these mooch bums? I mean, what is going on here? We got the Baron Meckles. The Baron Meckles is, oh, look at, ooh, this thing is scratched. Wow, I think this is a good looking watch. This is an older one. This is like, see, this is the tiny tapisserie. You see, guys, what I'm telling you about the tapisserie? Yeah, we need Uzi for the super chats. Nah, it's good to have off center. Zenith moon phase. Anything with a moon phase, I'm a fan of. And triple calendar is always good. And it's probably cheap, right? I'm sure it's cheap. It's probably a good watch, right? Like, it's probably a good watch. What is that? I don't understand the question. Date 36. Oh, you mean are you saying a 3-piece collection? Happy Meal? Date 36. Batgirl, which is, the gay watch. Explorer 39. Explorer is what? That's the one you have. That's the 369. That's the peasant watch, right? Okay. Okay, so the Explorer is a peasant watch. I mean, that's completely for peasants. The Batgirl, that's the GMT with the Jubilee bracelet. I'm like, I don't know. I don't like the ceramic Rolex. I think it's wrong. It's kind of like, it's a bullshit watch. Look, if I want a dual time watch, I would get this watch. I'd get a Royal Oak dual time. I'd get a JLC dual time. You know what? Or a Rolex, like I'd get like a used GMT, like, you know, I mean, those things are like tanks, so you can get one. I would get like one on a strap from like the 80s for like 10 grand in two-tone, like a root beer two-tone, and I'd be happy with it. Like I don't want to wear like a watch that other bros. I don't want a bro watch. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to watch that guys wearing Skechers. I don't want the type of watch that Skechers wearers, Skechers and Skechers wearers, and what's the other thing? Nick, what's that thing that these guys have? CPAP machines. What is that called? Pap smear machines. COPD machines. Yeah, I don't want a watch that, you know, every peasant will wear. The Day-Date 36 is, I think it's okay. It depends. Again, I think with the Day-Date, the Rolex Day-Date 36, there's really only two types of people who wear that, right? There are people who are connoisseurs, and they're going to buy a vintage one, something that's special, and they're going to wear it on a strap, or they're going to get like some crazy, I don't know, maybe a weird gem set thing or something weird, like, which has upside. But I think this guy has a champagne dial, right? Nick, is this the guy with the champagne dial? Is this the champagne enema guy? That is a garbage watch. Unless you're like 70 years old. I mean, if you're 70 years old and you're the original owner of that watch, you know, it's respectable. Look, if you're an old man in Boca, you know, and you're sitting on the beach wearing your yellow gold Day-Date with a champagne dial and you got the white chest hair, it's okay. Okay, but if you're like a guy who's like, I don't know, 35 or 40, he basically tells me, you know, like, I don't know, you bought the wrong watch, especially if it's kind of a newer watch. It doesn't make any sense, really. It's like, unless you wear it like as an ironic type of thing. I don't know if he wears it as an ironic statement or he wears it like he thinks it's like a real watch. I mean, I wear mine as like just a beater, basically, because I think it's a very versatile watch. A Day-Date head only on a strap is great. On a rubber, I think on the rubber strap, like the way I have it, is like the best combo. I think on the leather is better, but you know, it's, for me, it's more versatile on the rubber. But you know, Day-Date 40 green dial, I think, is a beautiful watch. I actually think it's a beautiful watch. Date. I think the Day-Date 40 is actually, I mean, I actually would love to get the meteorite dial. I've been looking for quite a while, and you know, prices went up. Now they're going down. The problem I have with the meteorite dial is that it's there's no upside, basically. Like I mean, the prices have been going down. Here we go. They're like, oh, yeah, there we go. So they're in the 50s and the high 50s and 60s. I mean, it's 54 grand retail. So I think maybe the Rolex is raising, but it's basically dead money. I mean, this is a dead money watch. That's the issue I have with it. It's going to basically be like, if I tie up 60 grand in this watch, in 10 years, it'll probably be worth a little bit less, maybe. Well, because maybe it'll be 60 grand. It's not going to, or there's a certain Patek I'm looking at, which is in that same range, which I think will be 100 grand, right? So it's like, it doesn't make any sense, but I think it's a cool watch. But it's kind of like, you really like, it would really bother me at this point. Like, I don't know, it's too much of a dead money watch. Like, let me see. Green. Yeah. The good one is the rose gold. That's the one. Yeah. And this is also watching a lot of bros were buying, the bros, the crypto bros, but it's a really beautiful watch. This one is going to have staying power, I believe. But again, it's dead money. You're not going to get your money out of this watch. It's basically going to be high 30s, low 40s for the next, 10 years. You're done. I mean, with this watch, it's not going to go up. Mass production. Well, that's because, peasant Meckles, that's because you're like you're a nouveau riche, you're like you're a guy who made like a couple dollars. You're a nouveau riche guy. You don't know anything. You have no taste. I mean, you have zero taste. I'm sorry to tell you this. I mean, you made some money selling timeshares or whatever. But if you were like a real aristocrat, then you would understand why the date should be worn on the leather strap. The leather strap, not the rubber, is a little bit, it's a little bit, whatever. I do it, whatever. But yeah, white gold. Ooh, white gold, green dial. Ooh, again, I like the white gold. I think it's cool, but with the green dial, no, I don't know. It's kind of, it doesn't really work, honestly. It's kind of, that's kind of the dog of the range. I think it's actually a fine watch. I don't know, people don't like it. I like the blue dial. The white gold with the blue dial. If you're going to get like a basic day-date 40, I think if you're going to get a basic Rolex day-date 40, wow, actually, it actually looks kind of cool in these pictures. It's not bad. I'm taking back. It is better. It is better with the blue dial. Honestly, it's better with the blue dial. But the green is actually very beautiful. That's the truth. The truth is the green, that olive green, it's a money green. But with that said, the money green looks better with the yellow. Look how clean that is. The Roman numerals, it's beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful watch. I just don't see it being worth. I mean, it's maybe a $25,000-$30,000 watch, because it's, there's really nothing special about it. Yeah, it's just whatever. Yeah, it's understated. Yeah, I mean, like, look, if you're wearing a date with a green dial, a white gold, nobody's gonna rob you. Garbage, trash. Yeah, ceramic is garbage. Yeah, it's trash. I mean, that's what Archie, that's an Archie luxury watch. It's too big, it's sloppy. Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, you got to realize you're going to see, the problem with these watches is, it's going to drop in value, but by the time it drops to the correct price, if you really want it, it might be 2 years. So you're going to be missing out on 2 years of pleasure. And who knows, I mean, life is short. You don't want to be, buying this watch when you're 70, right? So it's like, whatever, you take a little bit of a hit, whatever. It's, no big deal. I mean, if you have the watch for 10 years, it's the problem with day-date is it's very mass produced. I mean, again, they're money in the bank. They're ultra liquid. So, by the way, you can always change the dial. That's the other thing. You can always change the dial. I mean, who gives a shit, right? Like, the great thing, if you have the white dial, if you have the green one, you can switch out to the blue one. Or you could switch out to, whatever. I really like the way they did the diamond markers. See, unlike Uzi's got like he's got like the Liberace one. I mean, Uzi has like very, very flamboyant taste. Very flamboyant, like Liberace type stuff. I mean, like OC, like the original Ocuck. Whereas, see, the 36 millimeter day date has the little baby diamonds. Whereas when you go to the 40, you're getting these nice baguettes. Yeah, so I think this is amazing. I think these are really, really nice. Yeah, Uzi's a full ditty. I don't know, actually. I don't know. I think, I think you can, you know, look, you can get the dial. Just if you're going to get the dial, you got to be careful because there's a lot of fake dials. Actually, there's a lot of fake dials. I think, I mean, like, I would only buy like a day date, just because now the resale situation, I would only buy it like full set, and I want to see the card or whatever, the thing that says what the original setup on the watch was, like what you know, that it was actually, that was the model number with you know, because yeah, you don't want somebody who swapped out a dial or whatever. There's a lot of shady stuff that goes on with Rolex. That's the problem with Rolex, is it's so popular and that there's so many grifters out there who are you know, swapping dials. You know, it's yeah, but these are very cool. But I think, again, I think these are going to drop hard. Oh, look at this, Meteorite 56. Yeah, these are they're in the 50s now. Wow, look at this. That's our good friend collectors of Massapequa. I'm almost tempted. It's kind of like, you know, I think we're actually entering a golden age right now for watches, in terms of there's going to be there's actually some really good deals coming in right now on watches. Like, I think we got like a window of about a year where there's going to be some really interesting deals, but the hype stuff is going to keep going down in price. I mean, the hype stuff, like, you know, the hype Nautilus, Royal Oaks, that stuff is going to keep sliding down, the basic Rolex. But you know, for Patek, like certain Patek models, you know, neo vintage, I have my eye on a few like neo vintage watches circa, let's just say, you know, 2014 era, 2015, 16 era. I'm just waiting. Yeah, there's a couple watches I have in mind. I think there's going to be some really good opportunities to get those before the prices on those go up. So I think this year is the year to buy watches, not the hype watches. Again, like, not really this stuff, because this stuff is still gonna, like, kind of, you know, drift lower. I mean, it's not gonna crash. They're all drifting basically. Like these watches, you know, 3 years ago they were like, you know, in the 50s, right? 3 years ago they were in the 50s. Let's call it 2021. They were in the 50s. 2020, and then 22 they went to like 80 all of a sudden. You know, like 2022, everything went parabolic all of a sudden, and it went to like 80 G's. And now you see where the price is, right? And this is the bellwether watch, you know. What's the 5204, Patek 5204? What is that? I think that's, oh shit, I think that's the dog of the range. Oh, that's the chronograph. I think that's the one that Patek Philippe has, right? You know, this is actually kind of cool with a dark dial. Look at this. You know, what is it? The Hong Kong guy has it. That's pretty nice. You know, but I don't know. What do you need it for? Are you going to time? What are you timing? I don't understand it. It's a perpetual calendar with a chronograph. Like, what are you going to be timing with this watch? What are you going to be doing with it? The gray is beautiful. Look how good. Ooh, look at the markers. I mean, these markers look so good. These illumined markers. So I don't know what's going on with the watch. It's like a hot mess. It's a bit of a hot mess. You got different design elements. You got dolphin hands. You got sports markers. Basically, those are sporty markers. And then you got the old-fashioned fonts. Like, what is going on with this watch? 200 grand. I don't know. I think with Patek, I would get a perpetual. You know, I've said, I like the perpetuals that have the rotary dials. You know, the classic 3940 type layout. Classic 3940 layout. White dial. Oh, rose gold. You know, I think if you're gonna go with rose gold, I would go with a darker dial. I don't know. You got weird taste. Like you got the white gold with green. Now you want the rose gold with white. Like I don't get it. I think with the rose gold, you want some contrast. I mean, with rose gold, you want like something like this. It's going to have contrast. Also, looks a little bit more modern. I mean, this is a much more modern looking watch. But modern in a more or less classical way. I don't know. It's a little bit. Oh, this is a green dial. Yeah, I'm not sold on it. I'm really not sold on it. I am. You know what? Here, this is the one. This is okay. So basically, look for the Patek 5140. You can get them for low 40s right now. And I think they're going to be going up. Low 40s. And I actually like the chocolate dial. It's like a bronze. It's a bronze. Bronze with rose gold. But the problem is, you know, it's a seasonal watch. You can only wear it with, you know, really during the fall, like from September to December. Or you can wear it like in the Southwest. If you live in Texas, Arizona, Vegas, you know, whatever, the Southwest, you can wear this watch. Maybe Southern California, maybe Southern California. You can't wear this in Miami. It just doesn't work. Or in New York, unless it's the fall. I mean, this watch would look great wearing this, you know, October, Paris, New York, you know, the leaves are turning. Yeah. Yeah, I love these guys talking about $200,000 Pateks and they can't pull a $2 super chat out of their ass. I mean, yeah, you got these guys talking heavy hitter Pateks, and they can't stroke a $2 super chat. Oh yeah, this is, you know what I think. Oh yeah, this is the one. I get it mixed up. I really hate the chronograph perpetual. I think it really makes no sense. I do understand that that's like the thing where Patek wants to show off what they could do. And, you know, there was some, I get the whole backstory, but the story, when I buy a watch, I'm buying the watch. I don't care about the story. And the story here, it doesn't, I mean, I think Patek Philippe has it. Look, that's all you got to know. The guy's a 7-Eleven Slurpee. The guy jerks off in Slurpees in Toronto. I mean, the Patek Philippe, a guy who jerks off in Slurpees in Toronto that he ships to Uncle Chomo, Uncle Creepy Curly. Where's this watch? Look at the lugs. The lugs are horrible. And then you got this Daytona vibe. Is it a sport watch? I don't know. What is it? You got these hands. The hands are ugly. I like the dolphin hands. I'm a big fan of the dolphin hands, but The fonts are bad. You got ugly fonts. The fonts are horrible. You got ugly hands. You got fat hands. You got these ugly lugs. I mean, this watch basically has a bunch of horrible design elements. Terrible design elements, all brought together in one watch. It's a giant dumpster fuck. That's what it is. It's not. It's a dumpster fuck. This is like this watch is. It's like this. You know what this watch is? This watch is like one of Curly's. It's like one of Curly's. Shall we say, entertainer? One of Curly's victims, grooming, male, female. I don't know, whatever the guy. That he's banging behind a dumpster somewhere in Chicago in an alley. A dumpster. It's a dumpster fuck watch. That's what this is. It's a Uncle Creepy Curly, Uncle Chomo watch. The back is cool. I like the back. The movement is nice, but I mean, it's kind of like I think this watch is basically the type of watch you wear because somebody told you that you need to have a Patek perpetual calendar chronograph, but no, it's no good. Yeah. Zenith moon phase. What is that? Zenith moon phase. Let me look this up. Zenith moon phase. Let me see if this is a peasant watch. Triple date. Ooh. Oh, that's actually kind of a cool watch. I mean, it's kind of like, it's an honest watch, basically. I mean, meaning like, you're getting money's worth, I mean, you're getting your money's worth with this watch. I mean, Zenith is a legitimate, movement. You got beautiful dolphin hands. Actually, I like the date that they did white on black. It makes it much more visible. The fonts are good. You have good fonts. I love having that date over there. It looks very sporty. You got the moon phase. You got to have a moon phase. The moon phase is essential. For $5,000 in gold, how do you go wrong? Oh, it's a display back also? I mean, I would buy this watch if I really needed another watch. But I mean, this watch is like, look at this. It should be a gold rotor, to be honest. You do need to have a gold rotor. But look, it's, for $5,000, what do you can't ask for too much. What I would do with this watch is I would put it on a rubber strap. I would put this on a white rubber strap, like a bespoke white rubber strap from Jean Rousseau, and you can wear it, year round. You can go in the ocean with the watch. It's probably waterproof, right? A little bit. It's from Greece. This watch is selling from Greece. This watch has seen its share of backdoor action, I can tell you that. Nice buckle. Where is Uncle Chomo? Creepy Curly. He would love it. I mean, look at this. On a big hairy wrist. I mean, can you imagine Curly looking at this? He'd want to have this. This is what Curly would want to get fisted with right over here. By the way, look how good this watch looks there. I think it looks amazing. The gold looks amazing. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, it's like Mousy. Did you get that line from Dan Pena? Is that the Dan Pena explanation? Is that the Dan Pena thing where he says you don't want to have to, go to a school that you have to explain, whatever. You have to explain whatever. Oh, the black dial. Don't tell me don't tell me you're wearing a watch in steel. Don't tell me you're wearing a steel watch. You're wearing a steel watch. No, you can't. Because the problem with this, look at this. Look at this. This is the problem, the bracelet. I mean, this bracelet is It's just garbage. I mean, it makes the watch look like garbage because it's very difficult to do a good bracelet. It really is. How many good bracelets are there? Only a few. There's Royal Oak. There's the President, the Jubilee. That's it. The Oyster barely makes it. The Oyster barely makes the cut. The Nautilus is kind of okay. That's it. That's it. You're talking about 4 bracelets. How many watches are made with bracelets? Millions. Yeah, you got to get rid of your garbage watch. If I were you, I would dump that watch, or you know what? Maybe arrange to have it stolen. You know, call Archie. Maybe he'll have one of his relatives arrange a insurance theft. And oh, this is cool, actually. I mean, this is really fugly. This is really fugly, but I think it's a rotating bezel, which is actually practical. I mean, this is a fugly watch. But for $1,000? Oh, it's quartz. Hard pass. Sorry. Look at this watch. I mean, forget about look how good it looks on the wrist, on the fist. I mean, this is all you need. I mean, this is a fucking amazing watch. Oh yeah. Yeah, leather strap. You know, the problem with steel, you can't wear leather with steel. That doesn't work. You should only wear leather with a gold watch. If you have a steel watch, you got to have a rubber strap, like a bespoke rubber strap or something. The leather, it just doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? It's steel with leather. It doesn't make any sense. Like, what is that? It makes no sense. Oh yeah. Yeah, JLC. Yeah, absolutely. That's on my list. A JLC Perpetual. I'm looking for the right one. Yeah. Your AP, which one? Is that the AP? You have that AP? The date white gold. Yeah, you know, listen, Sozo, your collection would get a hard. It would get like a C minus. A C minus. It gets a D, maybe a D. It's like an Archie luxury collection. It's the right brands, but the wrong metals and the wrong dials. You know, it's all the right. It's like you know, it's like, okay, you went to Harvard, you got a degree from Harvard, but it's in like basket weaving or something. You know, I mean, that's what it is. It's kind of like, oh, you got a Rolls, but it's the engine is like you know, some sort of, I don't know, Toyota engine or something. You know, that's what it is. Yeah, Sun Money. Where are the super chats here? Where are the super chats on this channel? This is what we want to know. And Langen, the problem with Langen Zone is you got to explain it. You got to explain it. You got to take it off and show people the movement. It's not on the dial. Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. Omega. Yeah, that's the thing. You got to explain. Yeah, you don't want to have a watch that needs explanation. I got to tell you something. This watch over here, this might be the best looking watch I have seen in a long time. I wish I had an excuse to want to buy it. I just, you know, the problem with the watch. Look at this. It's got some issues. Something. Look at this. This is the wrong. Something with the strap you got that spacing in the strap. I think there might be some issues. I don't want to buy watches from Greece. I'm just not buying watches from Greece. I'm sorry. I mean, it's like a third world country. I'm not buying watches from Greece. Maybe for Japan, Germany, something like that. It's like buying a watch from, like, I don't know, Poland or Ukraine, Russia. You never know what you're going to get there. Beware of Greeks offering gifts. So I would not be buying this watch, but this model is amazing. I mean, I don't know how you can. You show me what you're going to get for $5,000 better than this. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Now that we're closing the channel, all of a sudden we're getting super chats. We got a $20 super chat. We got hooker money from P-Cars. P-Cars, $10 super chat. Juan and Kino. That's right. This content does take millions of dollars to produce. Oh, that's funny. That's exactly what it is. A Greek insurance broker. No, a ship broker. It's probably a Greek ship broker. Yeah, it's what it is. It's a Greek ship broker wore that watch for time visits to a Romanian whorehouse. I think that's where they go. They go to like Romania or Romania. That's where they go. They're going to go to Romania. So yeah, some Greek ship broker. He's probably and he's probably the guy who owned this watch was probably the guy. He's probably the guy selling those like shitter, like rusted down ships that are ready to break down. They're under a flag of like some country, like not even a real country somewhere. The crew is all like Filipinos, and those are the ghost ships. You ever hear about this? It's the ghost ships. Like this is the ones that they use to move like embargoed stuff and stuff that's under sanctions, like Iranian oil. They put it. They move from one ship to another, and then the boat breaks down and gets stranded in Hong Kong, and those and the Filipinos are on there for like a year without any money, no food, no water, no nothing. They leave them stranded because the guy figures, hey, the ship, I used the ship, it's done, I used it, that's it. I got my money out of it. It's not worth. These guys are so nasty. They figure, look, it's not even worth bringing the ship to port or selling it. I'll just leave these guys stranded in the ocean rather than having to deal with it. That's the type of guy who owned this watch, basically. He bought it probably, from Joma shop, for $10,000, gray market. And yeah, that's what it is. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining. We got the super chats. Thank you to our patrons, patrons of the channel. Green Rush. Green Rush is like the guy who's the hype man who gets the guy who walks around with a plate to get the punters to pony up some cash. P-Cars, $10, and Green Rush. Those are the show sponsors. $20. That's one of our biggest super chats to date. That's a big super chat. I mean, you see, Green Rush understands it costs millions of dollars to make this content, and he's actually invested $20 here. So this is a show sponsor. The Green Rush is the show sponsor. By the way, the fucking Juan, I mean, when we talk about grifters, the ultimate grifter is that Juan and Kino guy, because what he does is he's had that same fucking line for the last 3 years. 3 years. This guy, this Bukyak, this cockroach breeding hubcap thief, lollipop eating tomato can, has been using the same line for 3 years. The watch market is dead. The prices are dropping, and lollipops, same lines, 3 years. And then, to make matters worse, he uploads the same video 3 to 4 times. That's right. This is how you know. I mean, listen, these hubcap thieves, These hubcap thieves, they don't change their spots. Just like he was stealing hubcaps 20 years ago, he's stealing your time now. He runs that same video. He uploads the same video 3, 4, 5 times under a new thumbnail. That's what he does. Let me tell you something. That Juan and Kino, they're going to be floating face down in a jacuzzi in a gay bathhouse. That's right. Juan and Kino floating face down in a jacuzzi at the Man Country Gay Bathhouse, which is where Barack Hussein Obama actually, that was his favorite bathhouse in Chicago. Curly, Uncle Chomo knows about that bathhouse, and as does the dog trainer. The dog trainer and Uncle Chomo both have been there, and that's where Juan will be. Juan and Kino. Oh, that's right. That's right. Archie and Pederico. What did Archie and Pederico do in Bangers? That's right. We know what they did. It might be subject to Interpol. It might be an Interpol crime. I mean, by the way, I'm not exaggerating. I think very, from what we hear, one of those two fatzos was engaged in illegal activity. Now, we're not talking about engaging in, paid entertainment, but there are certain types of paid entertainment that, Interpol does not look kindly upon. Yes, unbelievable, but true. All right, gentlemen, thank you to our show sponsors. We'll see you all on the next one.